Hello baby gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Ormer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Genshin Impact. And we're still here with Pleasant Shock. Don't mind my controller, I think there's a bit of drift in it, guys. I'm very sad about that. People told me to come back here, and they've been telling me for a while to come back here to this fountain. So you have to go into settings. Where is settings? Here. And we're going to go into audio. And we're going to turn down music volume. How do we do this? Decrease. There we go. I've never done this before. Then we're going to turn down sound effects volume, maybe? And dialogue volume should be that, right?
Oh, Hydro Archon, bless our child with health and wisdom.
Maybe not? Maybe we just turn down the music volume. And maybe it might be at night too. Who knows? So if we turn on sound effects. Because they might see it as a sound effect. Maybe at night? We'll try. Again. I'm willing to see if we can hear it. It must be turned down sound effects as well. It must be. It must be. There's no doubt about it. Right? It has to be turned down sound effects as well.
Next one's a trial.
It's not. Maybe I'm getting it wrong.
I prefer magic personally.
To take the stage more than Lady Farina.
Wait. I can hear it. Crying. Did you hear that? Can you only hear it once?
I prefer magic personally.
Huh.
I think the next one's a trial.
Oh my god. That is like an Easter egg amongst Easter eggs. That's what Easter eggs should be, right? Like that's the type of thing that like when we were kids, years later you watch a YouTube video and they're like, hey, if you go to the fountain at this specific time and listen to the fountain and with the volume down, you will hear something crazy. I am in love with that. That is so freaking cool. It's depressing. It's absolutely depressing. But it's crazy they're able to like pull stuff out like this off for sure. Yeah. Really for sure. So we're gonna start off today. After all that, like if we can. You know what I mean? Like that's what the thing with Genshin is like. They'll have like the most like depressing moment you'll ever have in your life, and then you're like, okay, I guess I gotta do another quest. You know what I mean? Like it's insane. It's insane. And in fairness to it, they do give like time for you because they give personal time for you, right? When you finish a quest, that's your time. Go off and deal with whatever happened. And here, once again, you're seeing that these quests in this game don't just end after the end. The effects are always like seen around the world. In this case, the effects are in the fountain. It's incredible what they're able to do with all this. It really is. So we're going to go to questions and answer, right? Yes, Act 3. Here we go. We're going to head over here to this mission over here. And that's going to be the next part of the mission we started last week. And of course, we're not going to leave it now ever since we started it. I actually can't wait to finish this as well. Trying not to start the Linny quest, because I think it starts a little bit over there, so let's go around. This game's always so funny with that, the way like you'll have to like get, because I think it's happened twice, like where you get stuff blocked and things like that, but obviously I tried to edit around it so you guys wouldn't even see it, I suppose. What do we do now, Euphrasia? The letter says there's a second threat now. You mean, what do you mean second? Where was there a first one? Euphrasia, we're here. Just people wanted to see, did you find anything useful? We discovered that Sir Arthur was stolen by a woman who calls herself Crow or Blackbird. I love that they're wearing the outfit as well. That's so awesome. She seemed to have a grudge against you. She left a threatening letter at the scene. Someone took it, but we retrieved it. What? There really was an initial threat? May I take a look? To the scene where Mosso death 30 years ago is still in my mind. Whenever I took your paper's rhetoric, which intentionally passes off falsehoods as truth, I simply cannot suppress my indignation. As such, I've taken Sir Arthur captive. I eagerly await your paper's sincere repentance, issue a public apology, and surrender Mosso's legacy. Should you continue to spin a web of lies that obfuscates the truth, I will be left with no choice but to slay the steambird, Crow, or Blackbird. Could it be? What do you remember, Euphrasia? I love that the confidence is coming back, right? Please take a look at this first. We received a second threat this morning. The sender seemed very agitated. Another threat. And Paimon moving back. Outrageously, it would seem that your paper hasn't had a shred of remorse. Having not yet caught the attention of the authorities, I made good on my promise to dismembering Sir Arthur and burying him in a field. Bury with him of your papers of evil deeds from 30 years ago. Furthermore, I've spread the word. Treasure maps or clues to Dr. Mosso's base shall surely make the treasure hunters come flocking. No. Soon your misdeeds shall come to light alongside the bird's remains, Crow or Blackbird. Jesus Christ. Sir Arthur shouldn't have to suffer. We've never received the first letter. It's all Ballard's fault. I just received news that they're organizing treasure hunting groups. They're probably after Dr. Mosso's base. Okay. But they're only going to find a dismembered Sir Arthur and the unspeakable things the paper did, I guess. Agent Talisha, I know that the Mauritius Phantom has a file on the case, but believe me, there are things that even you don't know. Do you know who sent the letter? If I were to guess, it would be Melo Lombroso, Dr. Mosso's granddaughter. Okay. Granddaughter, so if it's a relative come back for revenge? Then it would seem that Crow or Blackbird is a question from her. Question? Euphrasia, time is of the essence right now. Regardless of the authenticity, what's written in those letters, the reputation of the paper will be tarnished if they are published. Will you please retrieve those things for us? In the meantime, I will contact Melo immediately. In that case, I request two. Euphrasia, you know about the clues to Dr. Mosso's base, yes? You want that? I mean, I don't know something, but I can't guarantee... I do know something, but I can't guarantee it will help your cause. I can't promise that I will tell you everything I know after this is over. I can promise. It might answer some of your questions. Will that work? Sounds good to me. Any questions? I'm ready to go. Wait, Paimon has a question. There are 3 locations on the map, but where are we going first? If we don't have time, why don't we split up? Curve and I will go to one location, and Paimon and 1 will go to another. Whoever finishes first will go to the last place. Seems like we don't have a choice. I'm so glad Talishar's got the confidence back. Another threatening letter. And we're back here in this area, which is like so pretty. It's such a pretty area. If we get into the line of getting to the actual unlocking the map, we will definitely do that. We've been here before already, of course, for the other part of the quest. Yeah, and people are saying that this quest is definitely out of order when it comes to like what quests you would do in a row, I suppose, and if you can look at it like that. And I totally understand that. It's just like for my money as well, I'll just have this marked on the map so we know it's there, right? Yeah. It's just also at the same time, the way I look at it, is that a domain maybe? The way I also look at it is that like, yes, it's definitely like, it was released later, but also like the way I explore as well, I think you have to allow for some like freedom of exploration, right? I feel like if I make too much of a thing about like, you know, I don't want to plan anything yet, you know what I mean? I don't want to plan how to do a quest yet, if that makes sense. Because I feel like that would be, it would defeat the purpose of why exploring in Genshin is so fun for me. Is that I really desperately just like love seeing new things, going to new areas. It makes me super, super happy actually. So I'm willing to like, you know, stumbling across the quest. It meant the world to me. It felt like, you know, when we used to do that all the time, like I feel like, well, we still do it, but like obviously like it's like, sometimes I'll find a quest like the Runner quest that is a very important quest, but this was just a random quest that I found randomly. And I freaking love that. Like I was so happy to find it. We'll unlock this map. We'll see what it looks like for sure. Because we're in this area, right? That's kind of the rule. If you're in the area, you unlock the map. That's the rules. That's them rules. Whoa. Again, because of all the water, obviously it's going to look a lot different, isn't it? Than you think it would look. Worship the statue, sure. So close, we need 2 more. And then these areas here as well, like I love these little things here. And you get a nice view too. Holy hell. Are we heading over here? Man, my controller is drifting. It actually is like I got this at the start of the year, but now it's the like I don't mind the other part drifting, but like the camera one drifting is like, oh my god, how? How? You know, because my other one lasted 4 years without drift, but this one's drifting now. Like after like less than half a year. And I heard like, you know, out of all the drifting controllers, this is one of the main ones, but I don't like to think of it. I don't know, like it's just weird, and I never had an issue for me. Like my Switch controllers haven't even drifted yet. And like they are very much like, you know, in the contest for being well known for drifting. But it's okay. There's worse problems in the world, right? Child's in prison. Is it? It looks like a domain. Is it a domain? With Kevin. He's back. Come on, Blondie, you can do it. Kevin, what are you doing here? I wonder, are you here to look for Sir Arthur for the treasures? If Kevin knows, that means everyone knows. Well, I'm not here for treasures. I just want to send Arthur back. Does your mother know? Yeah, she came with me. We split up. I'd have to thank both of you. After you left the other day, I thought about it for a long time, and then I went to look for my mom, and we talked about a lot of things. That's awesome. So you and your mom made up. I was wondering why you're so polite today. Good for you. Let's look for Sir Arthur, quick. I think it must be hidden somewhere tricky. It usually doesn't take Balan very long to find something. Woof woof. This dog looks familiar. Wonder if it's Rocher's puppy? It does look like that one. Yeah, it does, yeah. All dogs look the same. Rocher, my mother gave me this dog and called it Baland. I mean, that's actually my father's name, and I was mad at him at the time. I got into a fight with my mom previously, and I wound up venting my anger on the dog and kicking him out. Good thing I found him today, huh? Wait, so you... Oh... The puppy wags its head slightly as if saying, I don't understand. Whatever the case, we need to find Sir Arthur as soon as possible. We're at the location marked on the map. Where could that bird be? If only we hid it and had left it somewhere, something behind. If only whoever hid it had left something behind. Balan has an amazing nose and can find things quickly after sniffing. Right, Wander, look into your bag and see if there's anything we can use. Okay, yeah, it's interesting to me because, like, is this? I wonder if that was his father, the one who like got into debt and stuff. So we have to make him smell something that belonged to the person who left something there. Maybe the letter. It's probably a good thing. Yes. Well, I must have found something. The way he wags his head excitedly as if to say it's in here. It's a hole, but the engine's too small. How do we get in? You can do it, Paimon. I guess Paimon's gonna do it. I can do it. Let me do it. I don't want her pretty close. Gentlemen. 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 Gentleman. Paimon, can't you let you do that? What if there's something scary inside? Oh my god, gentlewoman. I'm a problem kid, so I'm not scared of anything. Just wait, I'll be right out. You know, you're a kid that has gone through problems. Okay? Don't think of it like that. Kevin, like, saying that to Paimon. Paimon, like, yeah, it's in there? You changed a lot, Kevin. You're helping other people out with their problems. And he said something so sweet. Like, so chivalrous. You know? So sweet. Let's see what's inside the chest. Sir Arthur's, oh, it's going to be in parts. Oh my god, they're going to have, they took it all across in parts. It's been dismembered. Don't worry, I'll put you back together. That's interesting. Yeah, we'll go to the next location. Interesting. So like they put it, oh look at this, it's so pretty, like the rolling fields. Well, I guess hills is a better way to say it. Gorgeous stuff, really gorgeous stuff. What is this up here? I guess it's another one of these block puzzles. Oh no, you're actually enemies. Okay, I was like, oh, we're gonna have to hit them with the block puzzles.
Nice and spicy.
Nice and spicy is what I always say.
Incoming. Hey! Nowhere to hide.
Nice. Absolute nice.
Just like we rehearsed.
Just like we rehearsed.
Get them. Speed of light.
So sick. This team is so fun. Like, it's so fun. Is there another enemy here? What is this now? Jeez, there's a lot of mechanisms here in in Fontaine. Device was a result of early forays into optical science by the Institute of Natural Philosophy. While they were still a budding academic organization, its basic components include beam generators and beam receivers. The beam generator must be installed on a beam receiver base similar to a regulating valve and can be controlled and rotated through the use of energy from a xenochromatic ball octopus. Oh, so we have to get the... I think that's a...
Go.
Oh, we have it here. Okay. Is this right? Maybe we like from that perspective? Or this? Oh, no, that gets rid of it. Because imagine they want me to shine it up here. Did it say how you do this? Sorry, where'd it go? Here it is. Okay. Maybe we lift it? I can hear a vibration, but I'm not quite sure how that works. And then it like quickly like removes it from the... There it is. Like, where is it now in this section? Was it in the earlier sections? The movable column can be raised and lowered through the crystal receiver node on the base. Though it is not the original design or intended use, the energy of the xenochromatic ball octopus can control the receiver nodes, allowing it to be raised and lowered depending on the base. Normally, when the base has one receiver node, the column is raised, it will slowly fall over again, but with the two receiver nodes, raising and lowering the column can be controlled separately. Something the lifting column can... Okay, so... You're talking about this? Wait. Oh, there we go. And then let's move this over to here. No, this way here. And shine up to that. There we go. Okay. Does that work? So that's activated that, and that activates that to go there then. And that lit up there to that area. Let's see now. And that activates that there. And then that's in the way. Right? So we activate that there as well. Holy hell, where do we go? Oh, I'll take that as well. Are you kidding me? Nice, because we only need 2 more of those to actually, like, that was a really cool puzzle. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it was a bit confusing for a second, but like once you kind of like look at it like mechanically, it's actually not that bad. Like it's like just figuring out like what you would do with something like this anyway.
When you're out in the wild.
Look at that. Seahorse over there, look at that. We saw one of those guys underwater, but this looks like it's a... Yeah, I think we fought one of these guys as well, so...
At the frying pan, into the fire. I'll protect us. Incoming. Hey!
We have to like get the fire going as well. I don't think it wants to fight, unfortunately. Yeah, that's fine. I can't fight in the water unless we go underwater, and it's not underwater, so that's okay. Who's this? Oh, it's the boys! They're fighting over the treasure still! But this time we have allies here. We're not just knocking them all out. This is interesting.
Speed of light.
the creature's like, I'm on his side. We're a bunch of gangsters.
Sword from shadow.
You need to understand who we are.
How's this?
Don't blink. Hey!
You understand what you got yourself into. He's like, the fight's not over, guys. Seahorse is still here. I'll go back to my business. It's okay. It was a dream. I surrender. What a coincidence. Are you here for the treasure too? Why are you all here? Don't you believe me? Valby, we're here to look for Sir Arthur. Are you here for the treasure? I knew this dirty dog would come for the treasure if I heard about the news. And I got him. Agent, may I have a chest? I'm looking for, Oh, it's Rocher. I'm looking for Sir Arthur. And if I can return it to the newspaper, I might just be able to get a job. Then I can make some money and buy my wife's things back. How pathetic, Rocher. You really think that's why your wife left you, huh? She left you because you're such a pushover. Jesus Christ. Stand up for yourself like you did just now, and she might look at you differently. Really? Of course. Now be brave and let them have the treasure, or your wife won't be even with you in your next life. Don't say that. Take it easy. They're nice people. If you help them, they'll pay you back. Thanks, Kevin. In that case, thank you. Please take this. So it's another piece, is it? It's another piece. Oh, this is really interesting the way they're doing this. I'm guessing it's another piece. Sir Arthur's body, so cruel. Is there anything else? Then it should be the final place. Belond, come on, we're heading to the next place. Oh, it's Lombroso. It's Lombroso. Huh? Lombroso? Where did you run off to? I thought you didn't need me anymore. The puppy wags his tail excited to say, how is that possible? Yeah, oh no, I thought of it now because like it's always funny when he speaks, but if he's saying like, you know, why a dog is, you know, especially as a pet, is dependent on like their human in cases like, you know, you don't want to leave a dog abandoned. Sorry, I didn't mean to skip that. Lombroso. Mr. Rocher, are you mistaken? His name is Belond. What if it wasn't for Lombroso's companionship, I would have made it this far. How could I be mistaken? Not like I can be mistaken either. What's going on here? Hey, can he belong to both? Seeing as I've had more than one home. That's actually like a very interesting way of putting it, Valberry. Well, that makes sense. Kevin accidentally drove the puppy away before, right? Maybe that's when he met Rocher and began roaming around together. Is that really what happened? The puppy wags his head aside and say, is it to say that's right? Valberry, you got some nerve. The dog wouldn't forget its two owners. And as for you, you betrayed your own boss twice. You scheming dog. I'm going to hand you over to the Marshes Fontaine, taking you down with me. Farewell, friends. Come visit me in the Fortress of Meropide someday. He's like, oh, actually, we're going to be going there soon, I think. Who the heck wants to go there? We're breaking child out of prison. Well, never mind. Forget about them. We need to hurry up and go and get to the last place. Oh, Kevin Rocher, are you going to fight for the puppy? No way. I always want to really messed up. Ballon could say whatever he wants from now on. You were a kid. You were growing up so fast, and you don't even need to. I'm fine with it too. Lombroso supported me when it was at my worst. I'll support him too. Well, let's get going then. We don't want anyone to beat us to it. It's really interesting that there's like a kid who is like being asked to like, you know, maybe be like a tiny bit more mature, even though like you don't, you know, he's a kid. You know, he doesn't need to be as mature as Rocher. And there's a guy like Rocher who has not been very mature. And I would say like ran into a lot of problems as well. Like got tricked. But also I say also has a lot of stuff to learn about the world as well. And it's interesting that they're both learning about the world at the same time while also having the same dog, right? It's like there's something between them that is very similar. Even though I feel like, you know, he still needs, you know, it's such a dastardly situation for his ex-wife, you know, to come home and have all your stuff being gone. I wouldn't be able to deal with that. I really wouldn't. Holy crap, look at this way we're going up here as well. We are the camera dogs. Take a picture. Click, click. No, we only want to take a... Oh, Jerry, they found out we were enemies. Of course we're enemies. We're camera dogs. Yeah, but we just wanted to get a job with Charlotte. Just a little job. Would that be too bad? Camera dogs don't get jobs. They don't get jobs. That's unfortunate. You see, I've always felt like I could be a really good landscaper. Yeah, maybe you could. Maybe you could have. Maybe you could have. Where are we going? Oh, up here. Okay, I was like, because I couldn't see the quest marker for a second, but it's actually in a circle now. Fatuui. Fatuui and Talishard's up your curve. And who's... Is that the mother? Oh, it's Madeline. Wait. I'll say it again. Get out of my way. I'm going to see Blonde. We're all co-workers here. There's no need to get rough. Oh, I'd like to see how good you are. No, you've become a mother. Oh, so that she's Madeline. Don't underestimate mothers. Curve, let's go. Wait. Oh, that is a turn of events. And she has a freaking hand axe as well.
Nowhere to hide. Incoming.
Get rid of this guy first.
Don't blink.
She's making quick work of this boy.
Not breaking a sweat.
Booba, get them.
Music's so good as well, isn't it? Oh, thank you, there, Madeline.
Incoming. Hey.
And then we have this boy down here as well.
Cut to the chase. Let's dance. Ready, steady, go.
I'm trying to like reduce. This is gonna be hard with this team, I think, for some reason. Maybe it's because our main damage wielder is like a who's sitting from behind? Because he didn't even move when we got jumped there. Was it maybe some aftershock? Maybe. Possibly. Yeah, because we're not gonna, you know, knock down his. It might have been some aftershock actually. That's what happened, I'd say. Yeah, it's definitely like an aftershock of what's put onto the ground for sure.
Nice and spicy. Just like we rehearsed.
Just like we rehearsed. Yeah, but you know what? I think she's doing fine.
This is bad.
Frying pan into the fire.
The music's so freaking good. That's why I say it's like a movie, man. Yeah, there we go. Once the shield is down, dunzo. Dunzo. Clear mode switched off. Paimon Wonder, you came and brought us sharing Kevin. And it looks like you're doing well, but we encountered hiccups. Madame Madeline and Kevin's father are both members of the Fatuui. What? I'm sorry that we hid it from you before. We just want to live a peaceful life, so that's why he didn't know his father. Fatuui, Kevin, did you know about this? Yeah, it turns out Papa wasn't avoiding being at home. He was actually working. I was wrong about him. This was to be his father's last assignment. He was ordered to find Dr. Mosso's base. Once he was done, he would be able to retire early. But I had a bad feeling after you came and I wanted to give up this mission. Wait, find the base. Retire early. Kevin's father is... the peripheral personnel Bullard. Oh, man. Oh, the whistle came out. That's the one. And we only just found out Bollard is a code name. His actual Kevin's father, Mr. Boland. Wow. I saw it before between Mom and the other man signed with name Bollard. I didn't realize it was my father. No wonder it was so lovey-dovey. I'm glad it wasn't Rocher, that's the thing. I thought it was. Everyone's relationships are complicated enough without twists like that. So where's Bolan now? He removed some objects from the chest when the Fatuui stopped us just before. I figured running away. Oh my god, it was him all along. That's freaking crazy. And again, like we tried to stop him before and he was acting so innocent. He was acting so innocent. His papa, he's fleeing. Come on, hurry, don't let him get away. This is such an interesting end to this quest. And look at this hill as well, like running up that hill, like it's like a struggle almost, right? Oh, bro, you got stuck. Bro, that ledge put you away. Don't stop chasing me. Why are you always going after me? We want to know why you're always running away. Just stop it, Boland. Madeleine, why? I did my homework. You're on a mission for a certain Lord Harbinger, aren't you? And it's a dangerous... Which one? Harbinger, which one? I don't know, but something we can but it's not something we can butt in on. We're just peripheral personnel. Even so, I'm one of the better ones. Someone stole a letter but left an envelope at the scene. Anyway, I promise I'll be back. This is the last time. Things could get quite hairy with a Harbinger involved for sure. You don't support my actions either then? You've done enough, Boland. Give the stuff to the agents and come back with us. We can move to a place where no one knows us. Oh, this is heartbreaking, man. This is heartbreaking. Miss Boland, stop hesitating and make up your mind. Make up my mind? Alright, wait, who are you? Stop changing the topic while the whistle came out again. You don't have any options left. We're not your buddies, you hear? Fine. I want to be with my family too. I hope making the right choice here is Sir Arthur's head. Oh my god. Again, you're seeing like the grip that the Fatuui has on this world. Like, you know what I mean? It, like so many places. And Paimon said it herself, like if you like, the Fatuui aren't involved in everything, but like everywhere you look, there's like the Fatuui sometimes. Great Father's back and Sir Arthur's complete. Is there anything else? You mean the treasure? Yeah, I came for that. But the head was the only thing in the chest. Maybe there's treasure elsewhere. Impossible. We looked for him. We didn't find any treasure at the 2 other locations either. That's not right. The newspaper... Maybe Mello was just bluffing and she didn't actually put any treasure in the chests? What, Mello? Who's that? Mello Lombroso. Wait. Lombroso? Wait, Rocher, your dog's called Lombroso too. Yeah. Well, actually, Mello Lombroso's my wife. I took her last name too, but she kicked me out. I was too embarrassed to continue using... There's so many connections in this. I miss her a lot. My dog is named after her, huh? Maybe it's not my place to butt in, but as a woman, I'm pretty sure she would not find this flattering yet being named after her dog. But Kevin used your husband's name. I was a problem child. What's wrong with a problem child using a problematic name? Oh, Kevin's the best. Oh, I see. You're problematic too, Mr. Problem. So just to double check, is your wife Mello Lombroso Dr. Mosso's granddaughter? That's right. I mentioned my wife came from a rich family, right? That's Mosso's family. What's wrong? Alright, now with the relationships here are a mess. You know, there's so many connections, Paimon. Now, I hope you're prepared to hear this. Your wife might be the culprit behind this case. Impossible. She's pure, elegant, and educated. I swear it's not possible. But all current leads point to her. I don't believe it. I'm certain you're wrong. She would never be the culprit. I think Evasia already contacted your wife. We're going back to the paper now. Do you want to come with us? No, there's absolutely no need, because she's not a criminal. Alright, looks like you got another problem. I think you'll find answers one day. Though, and then you can be Mr. Answers. Mr. Answers? I love that Kevin is like, still like, you know, a little bit like sassy. We need to get back and get ready to move. Okay, Dad. Farewell, everyone. I'll miss you. Okay. This is such a wild ending to this quest. Are you kidding me? If this is the ending, maybe like I think it's Act 3. I think it's the 3rd act. It has to be the ending, right? Unless there could be 5 acts, you know, in a traditional play sometimes. But like to me, like it's just so interesting to me, just because like the connections we have of all these familial connections, it gets kind of confusing sometimes. But I think it's so like, I don't know. It's both equally heartbreaking and uplifting, the idea that they can accept like that you know, Kevin is like, oh, both my parents are Fatuui members, and I love them. You know, I want them to be here. And he just wants him to quit this mission because it's gone too far. I wonder what Harbinger like he was involved with. Interesting. Like if it's Dotori, then it's crazy, right? It's crazy. Then it's like, okay, we need to have questions about this, you know? But if it's not, then it's a different thing altogether, I suppose. Sorry, we're overthinking things. Euphrasia, we brought Sir Arthur back in one piece too. Thanks a million, I'm sure Sir Arthur is taken care of. Also, there's something else. Wait, see what what did Paimon say? She won't be worried about Sir Arthur, that it would affect her appetite. So when we found Sir Arthur, not that anyone got the treasure ahead of us either. How could this be? So I suspect that Madame Mello might have been bluffing and trying to intimidate you, so that you'd reveal... Anyway, let me introduce this lady. That's her? She was from earlier. Yes, Madame Mello Lombroso. She only returned last night from her hometown in the court of Fontaine. She can't be the culprit. Oh my god, there's another thread. Good day. In any case, these agents and I are acquainted. I met them when I arrived at the court of Fontaine last night. What? Upon hearing about my husband's recent hardships and how he was loitering around the paper's office, I was worried he'd stir up trouble. So I thought I'd come over, and that's when I happened upon them discussing something. I asked them to verify her itinerary, and she has no issues there. So if it isn't her, who the heck is the culprit? Poor Talishard, working so hard. Curve as well, us as well, and it's a new culprit every 2 seconds. Apologies for the disruption today. Upon hearing the news, I came here to clarify that my family never lodged any complaints with the paper about what happened 30 years ago. It was my grandfather's belief that the paper did a good job as well. Okay. Thanks for yours and your family's trust. Since everything has been cleared up, I shan't stay any longer. I hope the steamboat gets to the bottom of this quickly regardless. Jesus Christ. There's something else I must ask you. Do you know the address of Dr. Mosso's research base? Wait, so you got the address of Madame Mello? Is it you who's in trouble, miss? I would like to help, but I don't know where my grandfather's research base is. Madam, surely the good doctor must have mentioned it. I don't understand. If my grandfather had told me something, how could I not know? Is it possible you weren't aware of some things? Allow me to explain what happened with the doctor. Now I intend to be totally transparent with you all. Some believe that 30 years ago was the paper's special reporting that stirred up public opinion, which led to his demise. But the truth is those articles were not initiated by the paper, but Dr. Mosso himself. Huh? Grandfather himself, he never mentioned this. The Marshall's Phantom Files didn't include this either. Because the deal was off the books. The editor-in-chief back then, my mentor, thought that Dr. Mosso's lie detector had been potentially become a hot story. Being the first to stir things up would help the paper gain the most influential influence and recognition. But for my grandfather, how would it benefit him? Yeah. Your grandfather's research had hit a bottleneck. He had no more data to feed the lie detector to study, but he needed to go further, so he planned to get the data from public opinion? Right, in a way, the realm of public opinion is like a massive hub for spreading lies. Countless people are churning out true, false, accurate, and inaccurate data every day, true. Dr. Mosso taught that this lesson on dynamic evolution could surely guide his machine to another level of comprehension. And in separating the truth from fiction, it would eventually surpass a machine's rule. So he taught this lesson dynamic evolution could surely guide his machine to, to be able to, like, sift through the lies? So he did it for Curve. However, the doctor and my mentor both underestimated the destructiveness of public opinion. They lost control as to what happened next. Well, you know the story, yeah. But the key evidence that led to Dr. Mosso's conviction was actually exposed by the paper, right? That evidence was actually provided by your grandfather. This is crazy. There's so many twists and turns in this. He provided the evidence to criminalize himself? How could that be possible? I'm sorry, my mentor didn't tell me why Dr. Mosso would do this, but it's the truth. Sorry, Editor-in-Chief. Euphrasia, I might need to seek confirmation from Curve regarding your words. Telling the truth, there it is. Relevant information retrieved. The Mosso protocols within my core have been modified 100 times. The log indicates that these modifications were made by Dr. Mosso. The Mosso protocols were changed 100 times, so that means the doctor really manipulated the test results. So why give the evidence to the paper? He planned to confess? But then he requested a duel, didn't he? Paimon can't make heads or tails of this. It makes no sense. He really lied to the public? Why? The data in question is unresolved. My lie learning module cannot provide an answer. Okay, now Curve's become a problem robot. Dr. Mosso's research holds the answer. I can feel it. We must find it. Euphrasia, you said that Madame Mello had the clues to the base, yes? On the eve of the duel, Dr. Mosso mentioned in a message to my mentor that he would leave the base's location with his beloved granddaughter. He left it to me? Yes, please try to recall, did the doctor mention anything to you before he left? I was so young then, father wouldn't let me go to the duelist ring to see my grandfather. but the last time I saw him was the day that he was detained. It was very early. So did he give you anything? All I remember is that once the duel was finished, my father bought a piece of jewelry that had been cleaned. He said then my grandfather left it for me. Perhaps the jewelry could be connected to the base? I'm sorry to ask, but could we have a look at it? I wouldn't have minded, but my good-for-nothing husband sold it. Oh, he sold that off? So what should I give it to? Don't worry, is this it? Oh my god, wait. This, the locket? The clockwork locket. How did you remember this? This is the photo of me when I was little. My grandfather took it. Rita, what a coincidence. Are there any photos of Madame Mello in there? According to my mentor, Dr. Mossa did leave some clues to you. Madame Mello, let's take a look. Look at the line of text under the photo. Faded under sunlight, shining onto the sunlight. Faded under the sunlight, but shining under the sunlight. What is this? Does something like that really exist? The different ways in which lies can exist. Different ways in which lies can exist. My grandfather used to say that. How did you... Who are you? May I have the photo? Curve picks up the photo and raises it towards the sky. The sunlight shines through the photo and follows the Curve's eyes as you're passing through 30 years in time. Gradually, another image emerges. A map? That's so cool. Oh my god, this whole time was under our nose. So that's how we did it. I had no idea we'd already found the base. Madame Mello, may we... There's no need to ask. Go. And I just noticed a special friend of yours. Good to see you again, Curve. Greetings, miss. Oh my god, this whole mission has been so special. Thank you, Madame Mello. Here's your locket. Let's go now. But we haven't found the person who sent the threats. Don't worry, Paimon. I think you're right that the criminal doesn't have any evidence. It was just a bluff. Go and find what you're looking for. So interesting to me. Like, there's so many like different connections and familial connections. This whole thing is about family in a way. But I think as well, it's like the twists and turns, like, while sometimes they get a bit confusing, I can't go over how cool that looks. Holy crap. It's still like, I guess like, oh, this is the one we needed. Even though the twists and turns are crazy, like, I really feel like it's what you like want out of like a really crazy detective story. And like for Talishard, this is going to be a big deal. You solved this case in the end, right? Like that's impressive. A case that has had so many twists, so many turns, had so many like different, like we accused about 20,000 people. You know, it was definitely a different time. What is this? For now, I'm going to mark this over here, by the way, guys. I'm going to mark exactly this location like that. So I can come back here and get this stuff for sure. So it seems to be down. Oh my god, the underwater is always so pretty. And now we're going to another underwater base. Swimming is so fun. Oh, there's even a waypoint? Is that a waypoint? Yeah, there are waypoints underwater, but I didn't expect to see one here. No wonder no one knew where it was, because it was underwater. Curve, are you alright? Moisture seeped into the motherboard. Core functionality is 12%. So he does find it hard to function. He's only at 12% functionality. It's an octopus there. Pretty cool. I'll take you. Yeah? So we can't get through here. We have to block. Maybe we have to like... Oh, we probably have to do a puzzler to activate this. That's pretty cool. It's a continuous... Oh, that's the most fun so far. It's like a continuous attack. Very fun. Oh, here it is. It's over here. We went to the wrong space. It's probably the entrance, right? Oh, we can just open the door. I think someone was here. There are traces nearby, but there's at least items here for sure. That's possible. We just need to find a map. Just got a map after all. Let's check it out. Oh, we can just... Air pockets. And just how, like, this whole area is so interesting to me. This must be it. Your home is huge, Curve. It's Curve's home. Home? Hurry up, we need to find the answer to zeros ASAP. I should be left behind instruction how to fix Curve, Dr. Mosso, and Talisha's already thinking about fixing Curve. Especially since there's only 12% functionality after the water as well. Super interesting to me. Last time I didn't want Mel to have too many snacks, so I said, you're going to be fat if you keep eating. Don't say that. She cried and ran away. Never say that. That's horrible. Then her mom taught me to say, you still look great when you're plump. Next day, just don't talk about her weight at all. The next day, she climbed up on me and said, Grandpa, exercise horse ride. How interesting, and this got me thinking, in the shortest distance between two people is actually a curve. That's it, I'll name my lie detector Curve. Yeah, no, just don't mention your granddaughter's weight in any way, shape, or form, maybe? That might be a good idea, bro. This place is crazy looking. I'm guessing it's... Oh, is that that's a gun as well. That's like a turret. There's something over here as well. Such an interesting place. Especially hidden behind water. And it's such a deterrent, right? Like the fact that you can't get here. Unless you freaking like go underwater. Moss's Diary 3. Important memo about Curve. 1. Blueprint. Service life core maintenance. Someone has torn out the next section. What the? Did someone take all the materials ready to Curve? How is that possible? We came here as soon as we got the map. Let's keep looking. Maybe it ended up somewhere nearby. Maybe. Oh, it's probably over here, right? Is number 2. Music is so freaking good as well. So good. Notes on base backup systems. Emergency exits are at the rear of the facility for use in the case of emergency. The self-destruct mechanism and cables are located within the walls. Damaging the walls is strictly prohibited. Using the aforementioned backup system. Someone has torn out the next section. Self-destruction system looks dangerous. Yeah, that is not... Well, depending on what you're using it for, we're inside here, so I hope it's not active. That's what I'll say. You know? Let's hope it's not active. So maybe it's over. Yeah, there's something over here for sure. The music's so freaking good. I love it. I freaking love it. Oh, here we go. Dear Editor-in-Chief, you are correct in your judgment that the matter has reached the point of no return. These last few days I've heard markers calling for Curve to be destroyed. Last night radical students broke into my lab and tried to do just that. Lucky I discovered them in time. However, Curve is in increasing danger. I'm compelled to act. On my plan is the following. I'll revise the Mossa protocols rated data of no practical significance in Curve's core so that it remains a sufficiently misleading trail. It will appear lie detectors are not capable of detecting lies, and that all test results were covertly manipulated by myself. Okay, so it's saying that like it doesn't look like it's true. As for the ironclad evidence of fraud and deception of the public, I'll leave that in your capable hands. Kindly select a date for the exposure. So he's like, hey, do it. Expose it. But I'm not making the trail easy to find. As soon as I'm convicted, I shall propose a duel, and when I fall in the duelist ring, I'll be put to rest. I humbly request that you mobilize your paper to divert attention away from Curve. It should be thought of as a useless sham of a machine. Oh, so that's why he was put into like evidence forever. To use as evidence in a case and then sealed away by the Marshu's Phantom, yeah. There's no need to try and change my mind. I've thought through every last detail, and this storm is unlikely to pass until I, the main offender, am dead. Curve is my life's work, so I can't afford any more missteps, and I ask that you exchange my life for this. This is such just for protection of Curve. Everything we've done so far has been effective, and Curve's lie learning module has derived redundant data that is incomprehensible. I believe that the seed of life has sprouted within him. Yours sincerely, Mossel Ambroso, saying that he's becoming more like attuned to life. In the secret letter between Dr. Moss and your phase's predecessor, he seems to have mentioned something important. Dr. Moss didn't forge anything other than the forged evidence, which he gave to newspapers, so he'd take all the heat. He wanted everyone to focus on him and let it end there. He was trying to protect Curve. Yeah, that seems to be the answer. Updating lie learning module. Running lie learning module. Warning, motherboard temperature increasing. Warning. Core functionality down to 8%. Warning. Curve, what's wrong? They're here. They sure to get here fast. Guess they're cruising for a bruising. Oh no. He's down to 8% though, so he was trying to protect Curve this whole time. I want to get this guy as soon as possible before he even activates his shield. So someone might have gotten here before us.
Nowhere to hide. Speed of light. Good.
I don't think we're gonna be able to get it before the shield is activated, I'll be honest. There it is, yeah.
Protect us.
Send this quickly.
But look, it's okay. We can still destroy them.
Incoming. Eat this. Help! Regenerate attacking me.
Like, it's chipping away at the shield, obviously, right? But it's not destroying it, unfortunately. As soon as the shield goes down, though, it's done and dusted.
With sword comes shadow. Speed of light.
Yeah, it's not gonna do much for it at all. Wait, we need to get rid of him because he's healing. Yeah, it's always a mess fight, the Fatuui, man.
Don't blink. Hey.
Slack it off.
Incoming.
You guys wanted to be separate before. I'm kind of confused now. You want to fight together? Wow, good friends.
This off the side.
Good friends.
Don't blink. Nice and spicy.
I don't know why I switched there when we still had some juice left in that.
Put your back into it.
Yep. It was the healing, obviously, that we had to call attention to as well.
Let the show begin. Booba, get them. Don't blink.
Okay.
Let's send this.
Yeah, it's always very sad when you have a story of someone trying to protect someone, by the way. Like, it's always like a very upsetting thing. Right, and I think it's just because of like it's always like it feels like a big not a big sacrifice, but like in this case what it sacrificed was the idea of like the reputation. I think I was like, oh, it's a shockwave again. I was like, I think I'm very far away from that, guys. So if you could like nah. If you could not.
Go, Buck.
Yeah, this team is definitely not made to fight this guy. It was my other teams like this guy's done, right? Already.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
Yeah.
With sword
There we go.
shadow.
Once the shield is down, we're fine.
Incoming.
You know what I mean? Once the shield is down, don't worry about it.
Just like we rehearsed.
Whoa!
Let's move.
Wait,
Careless.
One step
wait.
back,
Is
two
that attacking
forward.
us or them? Can I use this? The music here is so intense. It's like a freaking, again, it's like a movie. Or should we destroy this? What? Look at the what? Look at the crystal receiver node?
Ready, steady, go! Let's dance.
No escape. This was well done. Roasted fried. Unfortunate fault. No escape.
Nice and spicy.
This was well
You're
done.
toast.
Feels clogged.
Don't blink.
Let's move. Shouldn't get careless.
Let's get rid of these guys right away. Again? Oh, she didn't get... Again, I'm... That's not good. That's not good. It's okay. It's okay, though. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Shouldn't get careless. Let's move.
Don't touch. Don't move.
You can calm down. You come on. What is that? Who's hit me now? Who's hit me now? You stop being invisible. That's very rude.
Booba, get them.
This was so soon.
It's not ideal, but it's what we got. Like, you know, and I'm just being completely honest, like, I do not need to hear anyone being like, yeah, I know this team is not going to be without catching as well. I understand that. Right? I understand that completely. I understand. And without Barbara. You stop being invisible though as well. Like, be nice about this.
So soon.
That really hurt. Out of the front.
Yeah, there we go. Because again, there's multiple ways I could have done this, and I think it's also just avoiding damage as well and healing at the appropriate times. I think we're also getting blasted by that. Not good. Okay, so I'm coming back in with full health. I was just getting I have a lot of fun with this team. I think just now I just messed up badly. That's all it was. The way I was fighting this as well, the way I was going against this was not good. I feel like there was better ways I could have approached this.
Nice and spicy.
And we're gonna try our best to approach it that way. You can stay there. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, getting rid of, like, the archer first or this guy first. As quick as possible. Having some healing on us at all times.
Don't blink.
Like, getting rid of him is a big deal, right? It's a big deal. And also, like, dodging ain't a bad idea.
Cut to the chase. Just like we rehearsed.
I know, come over here now.
Nice and spicy. Got lucky that time. Hey.
You see what I mean? Like, it's just like, again, it was my going into this willy-nilly. Like, if you come in with a little bit of a strategy, I feel like it's fine. You know what I mean? Like, this is perfectly fine now. Like, the difference is
Don't blink.
insane to me. You know, when we actually come in with, like, a bit of a plan.
Nowhere to hide.
You know, it's so different. I was getting frustrated with myself because I wasn't following that well. Blast, what's wrong? I've now taken over the cannon control systems. Go on, Curve! Oh, are you okay? That's great. Quick, fire to Fatuui. Yes. Oh, we're gonna use it. We're gonna use it. I thought we were gonna be able to use it earlier, but are you serious? How do we aim down? Oh, like with this? There it is. This is so interesting to me. Should there be music here? Or is it just go for it? I love this. This is so satisfying. That's so satisfying. Do you want me to do anything else with this, or is that just it? Yeah, that's it. That was so satisfying. Oh, it's Jink! You're not easy to do, and no wonder the Fatuui are so reluctant to face you. Editor Jink, why are you here? How do you know about this place? You were discussing the base location so freely in front of the paper's doors, it would have been rude for me not to take advantage of such generosity. Thank you, eavesdropped. I was right along, you're the culprit, so from the start, Talishard was right. The culprit, Agent Talishard? Are you going to start crawling like a crow again? It's useless to try and deny it. Talishard was right from the start. You're right, indeed I am the culprit. But I only wanted to help this moronic excuse for an agent, to sort out the case. It's not like she can just write, the guy called me a crow, so she must be the culprit. Or something like that in the case file now, can she? No, she was right. You! Shh, now. How about you use your brain instead of your temper for once? Shush. Sure you must still have a number of questions regarding this case, such as my motives, aren't you at least bit curious? You just wanted Alker's research materials, didn't you? And the paper's alleged dirt on Mosso's faking results from back then? Oh, look at the question was far too easy. And as for the second question, I'm merely a low-level editor. How could little old me possibly be privy to such secrets of the paper? Let's go. Wait, I'm the one who took Dr. Mosso's materials, you know, so I learned all about the base self-destruction system. If you act rashly towards me, then it won't end well for anyone here. Traveler, you're the stuff of legends. You're strong, but as for your precious little companions, I can't help but wonder how they might fare in such a massive explosion. You're just bluffing. Yeah, do not do that. It would be better for everyone to just keep on thinking after all. Keep on thinking. After all, I'm a merely low-level editor. How could how could little old me possibly be privy to such secrets of the paper? You must have learned it from Ballard. Bingo! This guy wants to be, he wants to be the center of attention here. It was Ballard who came knocking. That's when I realized the paper had made a serious error 30 years ago, causing the downfall of the genius scientist. More importantly, isn't it truly a lamentable loss that the scientist's legacy has been buried for so long? Shouldn't the paper apologize to the general public for this? What do you mean by this? Is exposing what happened really all you're after? Exposing? There's a much more suitable word. Judgment. People pass judgment on the newspaper like did Dr. Mosso. The paper must take responsibility for this, but he agreed to this. How can you make yourself sound so righteous? Like that with a straight face? But it's not the simple truth. I'm the hero who recently exposed the Confréries' fraud. The righteous, valiant Genk. That's how everyone should see me. No, yeah, he wants to be the center of attention. Even now he's asking us to figure everything out because he wants us to talk about him. No, you're yes, get the whistle out. You just want to profit from all of this. If the public starts to notice the paper, the editor-in-chief, your Frazee, will be in trouble. You just wanted the top spot. Excellent, perfect. I must admit that you must imagine what you imagine isn't completely wrong, so allow me to fill you in a few gaps for you. I've already made a deal with the Ballard supervisor. I find Dr. Mosso's inheritance for them, and they helped me take over the Steambird. Plus, Ballard's supervisor serves a real VIP, a harbinger. Which harbinger? Tell me! Stop this! None of your business with harbinger. This is the first time I've tutted at someone, because you're actually someone I want to knock the hell out of now. I really want to beat up. I want to beat you up. Your Frazee won't stand a chance that the Steambird will be mine. Like, I've never encountered a character that's been this annoying. Like, please ask me about my plan. How about we beat you up? Jane, you're just a squawking blackbird with a silver tongue. We won't let you get away with this. Exactly. But you have to stay alive to do that. I'm sorry. Can't you hear anything yet? No, it's not the you activate the self-destruction? What's that? Self-destruction system. How perfect. Just takes a little time to get going. A big thank you to Dr. Mosso for writing the instructions. And thank you everyone for giving me the time. Uh-oh. You gave yourself the time. We were literally going to beat you up, and then you were like, no, please ask me another question. Farewell, little crow, ancient curve. And you two visitors from afar, use these last moments to embrace each other, then rest in peace as you're buried along with the truth. Jesus Christ, dude. I want to beat him up so badly. He flies out the entrance. Why would we let him? Grab him. Oh no. So he's the one who took the materials after all. Are we going to be blown to smithereens? Calculating survival probability of Mr. Wanderer. Data insufficient. Calculation failed. Oh yeah, because he's only probably like... Miss Pyman, data insufficient. Oh no, you don't have to do this curve. Calculating survival probability of evasion Talishard. Calculation successful. Result 1%. No! Of own core module. Calculation successful. Oh, the two of them. No. How can this be? No. Wanderer, we've got to do something. We can dig our way out. The self-destruct cables run through the walls. Breaking through them could lead to an early detonation. As could attempting to force the door. I'll do my best to protect you. All of you. This is all because of me again. Don't worry about it. No, it's fine. You did the right thing. Agent Tasha, don't blame yourself. There's no need to worry, everyone. Because I'm able to shut down the base of self-destruction. Oh, great. Why didn't you say so earlier? Pyman's getting all wordy for nothing. You didn't ask earlier. True. You have to ask the question. Well, it seems like even you have a sense of humor and tell us what to do. Kindly withdraw the core module and place it on the... Wait, what? Then we had to open the safe room lock. There was a button that disables the self-destruct system inside the safe room. You mean you open the door for us and go to the safe room and press the button inside and everything will be taken care of? But what about Curve? That is correct. And you, Curve, can your core be removed from the control panel afterward? I must stay connected. The control panel, otherwise the safe room will relock. Don't do this. Seems like we should take care of the self-destruction system first. Urgent, please act fast. Okay, all we need to do is deactivate the self-destruct system. Will this really work? I think you might be a bit... Please take action. Repeat. Please take action. Repeat. Please take action. Please take... And he's like begging us to do it as well. Oh my god. You better be okay, Curve, after this. You better be. I'm telling you. Please be okay. We should be fine putting in like this, okay? And Taljar's thinking about this too. Don't stand around, let's head to the emergency room. Curve, you better be okay. Where is it, up here? Yes. Curve, I swear to God. I swear to God, Curve. That guy, by the way, was... I cannot wait. I hope we get our hands on him. But, oh my god. I keep looking down at him. Curve, come up. No, don't do this to Curve. After all the things that Amaso did to protect him. It doesn't seem like a safe room. Where's the button? Curve, what is this place? We can't see any buttons. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. The door just closed? Wait! Curve, what's going on? How did he stop the bait from self-destructing? We don't. Curve lied. Curve told a lie. Oh my god, I feel so... The self-destruct system cannot be deactivated. He told a lie. No! No! Stop! Why would they do this? He told a lie. He was able to understand human lies. Oh my god, I'm going to kill Jenk. Oh, Talashal. Do you see him exploding there as well? Don't do that. Please say he like comes out, even if he's like half destroyed. Just now. No, I need to go back and fight. This is so sad already. Don't be too reckless. Going back is extremely dangerous. Of course Talashar wants to find Curve. There's just an explosion and it's deep underwater. Curve, you won't want to running right back into danger. You are correct. I shouldn't act like this. But didn't he say self-destruct mechanism could be shut off? He lied. It was his first lie. He can't shut it down. His core only opened the emergency exit. So then why? His core had to be inside the control panel to open the emergency exit, but he's smart now. He knew we wouldn't leave him behind. Yeah. Oh, look at Talashard as well. So he lied to us. He can already think like that? When did he? It must have been Dr. Mosso's letter that Curve made him understand the final question. He learned about what Dr. Mosso did for him. Turns out I'm useless. No! Useless after all. If only I were more competent, maybe I could have helped him break the protocols. I wouldn't have to come here. But the letter must have been the final push for sure. Oh, Talashard. That's why don't blame yourself. Curve's breakthrough probably started a long time ago. His breakthrough had already started? Yeah, with you! You were helping him out so much! Let's say you eat 100 slimes in one sitting and get super fat. You can't blame it all on the last slime. It's the same with Curve. Even the doctor's letter was crucial. All the work you did with Curve wasn't wasted after all. Is that really true? Well, I don't know. No, you did so much with him. Curve, the question you're leaving behind, I may never understand it. Thank you. And I know what we should do next. Catch the awful scoundrel Jack. Look at Talashard with the hands on the hips. I support them so much. Definitely, he must be tried for his crimes. And just like that, you and Talashard return to the court of Fontaine and start hunting for the dastardly Jenk. Surprisingly, despite several days of intense investigation, you showed him no leads. It seems that Jenk has vanished. No! No one has seen him nor any negative news regarding the Seambird surfaced. Until one day, Editor-in-Chief Gervaisi sends you a message regarding the meet in the city. I swear to God, if we don't get to beat him up, man. After what happened to freaking Curve. After what happened to Curve. I swear to God. I swear. You're finally here. It so turns out we don't know our people well enough. This allowed an employee to create a serious trouble. I offer my serious apologies, especially to you, Agent Talashard. It's not your fault, you Frazee. Right now, the important thing is that we stop this odious scoundrel. By the way, you're so anxious to meet us. Is it because she contacted you? Actually, I received a message earlier this morning. Jenk was left in the Opera Epic Lease and trussed up. So I contacted you immediately. He's been caught by who? We're still not sure. Wait, what? By the time he was found, he had lost his mind. What is happening? He didn't react to any external stimuli at all. He was just kneeling on stage at the Opera Epic Lease. He looked like a doll that just stood trial. The Mason Garden Age folk took him in. When they examined him, they found that his tongue... What in... Fatuui. The Fatuui. That's terrifying. Is it the doctor? The Mason Garden Age also discovered a note in his mouth that says something to the effect of making amends to you. What? Making amends to us? You, Paimon Talashard, your names are written on a paper. It seems like the person who was backing him wants to apologize to you. It appears they don't want to make enemies out of you, or they maybe feel quite strongly about what happened to Agent Curve. What is happening to us? They want to... The person behind him, Pyro Jenks, said he had to deal with the Fatuui Harbinger, but which one? A Harbinger... It's not the Doctor. It's the one with the girl. The girl on the freaking hands with the machine. Oh my god, she doesn't want to make an enemy of us. About Dr. Bosso's legacy, Jenk took all the Curve's designs and research data. Gone without a trace. That wretched Jenk, that's why when you decide to go full evil, I guess this counts as being him being tried for his crimes, right? Though we don't know who the judge is. So that's what happened. Though I didn't catch it personally, at least I feel finally I paid the price for his crimes. Yeah, the tongue being chopped out is insane. This is our first encounter with that Fatuui member. Like our first real encounter. That's insane. Since all your names are on the paper, the Mason Garden Age will probably want to pay you a visit. I'll go over right now and explain everything so they won't bother you. Oh, Talishard. I hope the case can end here. Wait, Agent Talishard, would you mind going back to the newspaper with me? Why, you're crazy? If you want to convince me to write your fantasy column, it's not happening. I love Talishard. I'm going to miss Talishard so much. Still in the mood to joke, I see. That makes me feel much better. Let's go. Oh my god, the skip that they do as well. Man, that's our first encounter with that Fatuui member. There's so much that happens, so many twists and turns, but it ends with Jenk getting his tongue cut out as like a sorry to us. That's insane. That one of Talishard, Palmer is happy for you. Sorry, I was joking, y'all. I will work very hard to do my best in the Marshall's Phantom. I'm so happy for him. I'm so sorry I didn't see that. That's so awesome, Talishard. I was so shocked by it. Oh, there it's back. I'm sorry. This whole thing is blowing my mind. This ending went from one of the saddest things ever to like one of the scariest. I have chills. Wow, Sir Arthur, we almost forgot about it. Good job, Sir Arthur. Sure has been through a lot. By the way, Paimon still doesn't know what kind of bird Sir Arthur is. A pelican. A pelican? You mean the kind of bird that's an amazing eater? But why would the Steamboat's mascot be a pelican? That doesn't seem like it has anything to do with the newspaper at all. I'm not clear on that either. It was a decision my mentor made after the incident with Dr. Mosso. Maybe he felt it's cuter than, say, a crow or a blackbird that squawks all day long. Hey, you're Phasey. You know that kind of resembles a pelican hiding his food in his pouch right now. What, all the little secrets? Anyway, Agent Talishard, do you remember how Agent Curve and I interviewed nearby residents to start the case? Of course, you took the opportunity to blow our cover. Truly sorry about that. But that's when I asked him, what kind of person... Stop. What kind of person is Agent Talishard? Stop. What? Piper remembers a few Phasey came back and questioned us right away. Were you awed by Talishard's brilliant track record? Why don't we check with Sir Arthur on that? During the prayers, I added what Agent Curve said to Sir Arthur's voice library as a memento. Don't do this. Whew. Based on my analysis, Agent Talishard will be the best agent. Jesus. Will be the best agent in the Marshall's Phantom. Really? I'll be the best? Would Curve really had said something like back then? Maybe he already learned to. That's got to be a Talishard. Since you were Curve's handler, you must be the one that who fed him and the first 90 slimes. That's such a good way of putting it. That seems to be the answer. You did so much for him. Oh, it's so sad. That's so sad. Well then, Curve, I'll be the best agent in the Marshall's Phantom. No. Wait, is that it? That's it. Oh, I feel so. I want to see Curve again. I thought Curve would survive. I thought, but then again, this is Genshin. Dark times do happening too. I'm devastated by the end of that. Talishard was such a funny character, and in the end there, we had like a story with so many funny twists and turns, but in the end, it was a very sad moment. So I forget the name of the, because I always blank on the names completely of who they are, but it's very clear that it was, the girl with the robot, right? The girl who makes all the robots, and she's in the hand of the robot. That quest was really fun. I'm so glad I stumbled upon that, but it was also very emotional too. Curve is such an amazing character, and the relation between them and Talishard, I wanted to make a whole TV show out of them. And Talishar, again, it was a story of growing up and like, you know, like between a lot of characters, Rocher, Talishard, Curve in a lot of ways, progressing with Curve. And Talishar didn't know all along all they did for Curve. And that's what's incredible to me. They did so much for them. Another thing I want to say is like that Fatuui Harbinger, the way they introduced that Fatuui Harbinger through like, hey, basically saying, sorry if I upset you, here's a tongue, is one of the most terrifying ways they've ever introduced a Harbinger. Like a Harbinger being so varied and interesting, being like, I don't want to make an enemy of the Traveler yet. Or at all, maybe. Let's show them what, and in their mind, they're like, this is like an acceptable way to make amends, right? I'll cut out his tongue and get him arrested. Beat the living hell out of him. And that was like a gift. It was like, hey, I hope everything's okay. You know what I mean? Like that's such an interesting way, in my opinion, that they like did this. Because it's like it's scary. It's terrifying. And the fact that someone on their mind would even think to say something like that is just truly scary to me. It's truly just really scary to me. Like, wow. This was great. This is a really great quest, and Talishard's such a fun character too. I hope that we get to see them again in the future. Maybe we won't. I don't think we will, because this was released, I think, this quest a lot later than it seems. But that little message at the end was so meaningful to Talishard. Even though Talishard knew she was going to become an amazing Marshu's Phantom in the end, the confirmation that Curve knew from the start is incredible. Yeah, such an incredible quest.
Yep, there's the room, and it's empty and waiting for
That's
us.
so nice.
Promise.
It's so nice. And
Novia's such a good person.
yeah, she's fantastic. She's absolutely fantastic.
Now that the serial disappearances case has been solved, no one's going to come after us for anything. Even without Silver standing guard, we can just completely relax.
Yeah. I guess but again, obviously there's always danger here in Genshin, but like it is nice to have Silver standing guard.
Stay and rest up here for a while. Even machines in Fontaine need to stop and recharge now and then.
Yeah, if we wanted to rest, can we pick somewhere with a decent view? But honestly, like I think Paimon likes this place.
Oh, come on.
It's very
That place
safe.
isn't that bad. Besides, how often do we get to stay in an actual base?
The truth, Paimon?
Oh, fine.
What's wrong?
Remember that detective story Paimon read before? Well, the author is about to release a new book, so
Oh
Paimon
my
wanted to
God.
buy it as soon as it came out and have a quiet place to read it.
That's okay. Just fair enough. Just don't spoil the ending for me. Oh no, it's fine, Paimon.
Then it's agreed. Come on, let's get some sleep. We'll need to be up first thing in the morning to get in line and buy a copy.
That's no problem. I'm totally okay with that. You know what I mean? Like that's fair. Like to me, that's more than fair.
Paimon didn't expect that style at all. Even
Are you
though
serious?
it's a
Oh, she read it at all?
It's also like a social documentary. Whew. It's actually pretty good.
You just finished it? Wow. Okay.
No, Paimon just spends a bit more time sleeping than you, that's all.
I didn't mean it like that, Paimon. You can read whatever you want. You're all, like this is your interest. I'm not going to take away from it.
Excuse me, but do you know if the Traveler and Paimon are lodging here?
Yes.
Huh? Who are you? Paimon doesn't recall seeing you before. Wait, you're not here to give us trouble, are you?
Paimon's like, I just got out of all this trouble, please.
A blonde traveler and a chatty little fairy. Looks like I found the place. Good thing I asked the Spina di Rosula. Seems they sent
Wait,
me
so
the
you've
right
been-
way.
Okay, what are you looking for though?
Hey, what do you mean by chatty?
Yeah.
Always careful not to talk too much. Most of the time, anyway.
Without Paimon, we get nowhere, okay?
It's an honor to meet you both. I was sent from the Palais Mermonia. Monsieur Nourrillet
What?
wishes to see you. It seems he has something important to discuss in person.
What is he? Wait, what?
Nivelette?
Okay.
He wants to see us again already? Huh.
He worked hard.
Talked so much the last time we met. Has something happened since then?
Yeah, okay. He said it like,
I am not privy to the details.
yeah, I'm
It
guessing.
would be best if you came to the Palais Mermonia and asked Monsieur Nourrillet in
Sure,
person.
sure, thank you.
If you say so, but Paimon has a bad feeling.
The voice
about
like
this.
so good. I adore Paimon. Paimon just wanted to relax.
Now that I've delivered the message, I'll take my leave.
Thanks. We haven't left the room for a few days, so we'll head over once we've freshened up a bit.
She has even like, yeah, we need to freshen up. We need to. To the stars shining in the depths. And he's just standing there, the presence of this man.
We're here! Did you want to see us about something?
The way Paimon introduces us, you know, with this man and his powerful presence and the softness and kindness of Paimon. Not the Nouvelette's not kind, you know what I mean?
Why were you just standing there? You daydreaming or thinking something over?
Like Paimon has like no like filter, right? Paimon can easily like talk to anybody.
Yes, I did send someone to fetch you. But as for what I'd like to discuss next, well, I still have some reservations.
Given that we've already made the trip here, you should just
That's-
tell us. Bet you need us to help you with something, right?
Yeah, but if he's having like we've done a lot, Nouvelette.
I do indeed have something I'd like to ask you to do. However, you should wait until after I tell you the details,
What?
and decide for yourselves whether you'd like to help or not.
What could this be? If he's like,
The situation is this.
oh my god, what is this? A wild area. What does he want us to do?
The Snezhnayan harbinger known as the Knave has essentially requested a diplomatic meeting with you, correct?
Oh, but a diplomatic meeting with
I
Farina?
heard that she was originally from Fontaine, but for her to suddenly arrive here and abruptly request such a meeting like
It's
this,
strange, right? It's strange, but I guess like the connection to Linny and
I
Lynette.
sincerely advise you to refuse her invitation
Oh
outright.
wow, just like a. I cannot believe we're getting into this quickly.
I'm sure you're aware that her purpose is most likely related to Child's recent predicament.
Maybe, possibly, yes. Not only just with Linny and Lynette, but of course the connection to the child as
We
well.
convicted one of the Snezhnayan harbingers in a court of
Oh
law,
my
but we have
god.
yet to provide any form of detailed report on the matter. This does indeed provide an opportunity for Snezhnaya to put pressure
Yeah,
on
it's
us.
different regions, right? Like it is like a it's a diplomatic issue, right? This is crazy. The fact that he didn't even he's like has reservations about telling us about this makes it all the more like serious.
I believe we should adopt an evasive stance until we can provide a proper explanation and have a preliminary plan on how to deal with the
He's so
matter.
good at this, right? He's so good at this. Like he understands like the very intricate, like detailed side of this.
No, we shouldn't. I think we should agree to the meeting.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, you see, we are the ones that owe an explanation.
Oh, pacing
If
back and
we
forth as
keep
well.
Putting off the meeting, it could easily result in the problem escalating, right?
Okay. Yeah.
It's like a fight between two friends. If they don't agree to
But
see
this
each
is-
other and talk in person, isn't it possible that the friendship could end entirely?
Yeah, I suppose as well. But like, I'm just so nervous now, man. Like the way they're like presenting this.
though diplomatic relations between Fontaine and Snezhnaya could be considered as friendly, it is only superficially so. You wouldn't go so far as to say that our nations are friends, as you did in your example.
Nouvelette is like kind of like again talking about the nitty gritty details of it, right? The true details of it.
It was just an analogy. An analogy, okay?
Farina's begging, please let me be a performer. Well, not let me be a performer. But like I guess they have two different ways of approaching it. Maybe it's not just like let me be a performer. It's more just like, hey, I kind of approach things from this type of way. You're approaching it from more the detail oriented way.
Moreover, even if we were to talk in person, if we don't have sufficient information prepared,
I cannot
it is
bel-
quite possible the result wouldn't be restored relations, but a complete falling out.
Without any preparation, I suppose. I still can't believe that like the knave wants a meeting with Farina. That's such a cool story detail. Like such good writing. Like it makes perfect sense.
I don't think we should overthink those possibilities yet. Ahem. Even if the logic of the divine is not immediately apparent, its wisdom will only be revealed
Oh my God.
with time.
She's such a nice smile. Okay.
Besides, you'll be at the meeting. If any problems do pop up, you'll have no problem navigating them.
She's incredible. She literally said, hey, any issues? You deal with them, please.
I must clarify that interacting and communicating with people outside of court is not my cup of tea. It seems you think too much of me.
Well, in this conversation, we've known that like you are so good at the details, the tiny details,
But
right?
more importantly, When did I agree to join the meeting with you?
Too late. You've already agreed in Farina's mind.
You mean you won't come?
Oh my god, she's fantastic.
No, that won't do.
Look at her.
I can't go to the meeting alone. You have to accompany me.
Look at his
I must
face.
take you with me.
He's like, oh god. How fast she is at moving around the room.
Lady Farina, could there be something else regarding this matter that is being kept from
It
me?
seems so, right? She's very nervous.
No, it's not at all.
She's like a freaking cartoon character.
I am the Hydro-Archon of Fontaine, Focalor, the god of justice who is loved and adored by many.
Yeah, oh my. Look at the light shining from behind her. Are you serious? Genshin, you're so good at scene directing and composition. This is so good.
So I only hope that justice will be served in this matter. Don't overthink it. I'll go find someone to
She
arrange the
legit
meeting.
was questioned about how nervous she was, basically, and turned into turned the performance on like that. The time for the meeting with the name of the lady. What the
Though it
hell?
could officially be considered a diplomatic conference.
This is
I
Papa.
prefer to see our meeting today as an ordinary tea party.
So it looks like Father is
I
this
assume
father.
You see it the same way.
This is Papa.
Miss Farina?
Oh my god, it's so freaky, so good. Arlecchino. The fourth. Oh my god. The fourth. Look at the eyes as well. This is such a sick design. Are you kidding me? I assume you see it this way, Miss Farina. Oh my god, they're just having a meeting.
Lady Farina?
I loved it. The way they direct everything in Genshin is so great. It's so great.
Oh, yes, that's right. Just like you said, a tea party. I should thank you for providing the pastries.
Oh my god, she brought
They
pastries?
look delectable. To make
This is
tea
insane.
party
This is
even
insane.
more lively, I've invited someone else to join us today.
Look at what I'm literally looking at another one of the harbingers, the knave, who protected Linny and Lynette that time, sitting at this table, legs crossed, white suit, black pants.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Monsieur
Incredible.
Neuvillette.
Incredible.
I was
Incredible.
born in Fontaine, so naturally,
Oh my god.
there's no need to introduce the nation's revered Eudex to me.
You seem very reasonable so far.
Hello. The pleasure is also mine.
Look at this. Look at this man. So
First,
presentable.
I would like to thank the two of you. I'm often away on business outside of Fontaine.
I
and
cannot
I'm
believe this is
told that
happening.
The children of the House of the Hearth have been well taken care of by you.
Yes, and Linny and Lynette were up on trial for a bit. Oh, and she's looking directly at Farina. Yep, she's looking directly at Farina. She says this. Oh my freaking god.
Oh, I'm not referring to when my children, Linny and Lynette, were falsely accused by you. Please don't misunderstand.
Look. I'm blown away. I am blown away. Fontaine is incredible.
The children of the House of the Hearth are often misunderstood, perhaps due to the reputation of the Fatuui. There's no getting around that.
Look at Okay, I need to lock in. I need to lock in.
All I meant to say is that Fontaine has been stable in recent years. The people are well off and the children lead happy, fulfilled lives. That is something truly worth cherishing. And no one wishes to disrupt
Oh,
such
is this going to come with a
peace.
caveat? It's so different seeing these characters, by the way, in trials versus in person, in their cutscenes. The personality is different. The way you see their design is different. I didn't even remember that this character had like a ponytail at all.
Now then, you have come regarding the matter of child, correct?
Neuvillette is like, hey, let's get down to business.
Well, yes.
Look at the
It
shot.
appears the ever-busy Eudex Neuvillette doesn't wish to waste time with diplomatic
No,
pleasantries.
he's
and
detail-oriented.
hopes that we can get straight to the point of our talk.
If I was a fourth at this table, I would not be able to breathe.
Yes, as you surmised, understanding child's situation is indeed one of the goals of this trip. As we are both diplomats from Snezhnaya as well as Fatuui harbingers, Child and I have always been colleagues.
Yep, a colleague. Dude, like, imagine, I just like find it so weird anyone calling Child a colleague.
Were anything to happen in Fontaine, each of us would serve as the other's attorney to resolve the issue.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting.
So now, in my capacity as his attorney, I request that child be turned over to Snezhnaya.
The music as well, by the
We
way.
have a responsibility to cooperate with Fontaine and resolve what has happened to him together.
So she's saying, hand him over to me and then we'll resolve it afterwards. Right? Interesting. And she's saying, I am now his attorney, and he will be my attorney. We have a responsibility to each other.
The rules governing attorneys only apply before a trial has concluded. Since a verdict has already been rendered, we see the case as settled.
God.
I apologize for being unable to grant your request.
This is such an interesting standoff. Like, again, like we talk about, like, you know, the irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
An outright refusal. Very well. I respect all the rules of Fontaine's courts, just as I respect you as Chief Justice.
All right.
Okay, why don't we back up a step?
Oh God, zoom in on the eyes.
You don't need to transfer Child to us. I only request to enter the fortress of Meropide to see Child and confirm his condition.
Yeah? Could you imagine, just having a little visit, just to confirm if he's okay?
It's not like you couldn't even manage to
Oh my
fulfill
God.
a simple request like that. Right, Miss Farina?
Moving away from Rivulet to Farina. Interesting. And just to stand up as well, right above her as well.
About that.
The fortress of Meropide has always been completely autonomous.
Yeah?
Even we have no authority to interfere there, and diplomatic issues do not suffice as an excuse.
I can't breathe right now. Like, I can, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like so tense.
However, if you absolutely must confirm the situation of the Harbinger, I have a proposal.
The composition, the direction of the scene, the introduction for this character has been incredible. What's the proposal? Us? Are we the proposal?
Knave showed up already? Well, Lenny did say that Father will be returning soon.
Okay.
We didn't even know that Lenny was from the House of the Hearth at the time, so we kinda overlooked that information.
The knave won't be easy to deal with. Well, from that meeting there, it seems like they're a character who not I wouldn't say the word sneaky is probably the word for it, but it's like it seems like they like know how to use their words carefully, very much so.
Yes, thank you for your kind advice. I'm well aware of the
Oh no,
situation.
we know. You had that very well handled there. And I think being direct was actually like a very smart thing to do.
I also noticed that Lady Farina acts a little odd and unnatural whenever I bring up matters related to the knave.
She was nervous. She was really nervous. I can't believe that was the introduction. It was so good.
Could the knave be threatening Lady Farina or something?
I wonder.
If that were the case, then why wouldn't Lady Farina inform me? And what means could the knave possibly have to twist the arm of an Archon?
Interesting.
So maybe that's not very likely. Even though Farina can act a little weird at times, she's still an Archon.
She is. I think that's one thing, because she's so revered and she's so different from the way we portray other Archons. Sometimes you can forget she's an Archon, right?
In reality, this problem is even more thorny than it appears. According to reports from the fortress of Meropide, Child recently disappeared under mysterious circumstances.
No. Did he escape?
The details are still
What
unclear.
happened?
We cannot rule out an escape.
Oh my
But
God.
there have also been no reports of him outside of the fortress of Meropide.
He literally just I don't know why I'm totally I'm shocked, but at the same time I'm it's more just a thing of of course.
Special guards oversee the fortress, and its internal systems are extensive. Combined with the special characteristics of the surrounding terrain, an escape should not be possible. I suspect that there's something else behind Child's
Oh my God,
disappearance.
what?
I was only willing to share this information with you because you are friends of Child.
Buddies, absolute
It is
buddies.
my duty to see justice done.
So he literally's we can't let her see him. Obviously there's rules as well, but you can't come into the portrait because he's not there. You handled that so well, Nervalette.
So this is what you wanted
I
to
can't believe
see
we just
us
saw a
about
Harbinger.
before.
We just met another Harbinger.
Yes. I would like you to go to the fortress of Meropide
Oh.
and investigate Child's disappearance.
My God. We're actually going to the fortress.
This was my proposal during our meeting with the knave. Rather than allowing her to intervene, I offered to send someone to find out about Child's situation and report back to her in detail.
Okay.
The knave did not seem satisfied by my proposal, but she still agreed to go along with it for the time being. Her words were, "We will talk more once we have that report."
She's crazy good. She's crazy good as well, but look at that. That's not giving in, but also letting them know, like it's like being reasonable in that situation, but also letting them know, hey, this isn't over.
So that means we
Incredible.
got ourselves some time.
Way more convenient to have an official from Fontaine is why you want us to go. I kind of get it, right? If we're trustworthy, but also we're not part of Fontaine, so to me it's like we're not involved in like these diplomatic issues.
Firstly, you're already acquainted with Child. Your eyes may discern relevant details there that
Smart.
others would miss.
Smart.
And secondly, is the consideration of the unique nature of the Fortress of Meropide.
Why is that?
Isn't it just Fontaine's prison?
I would not define it so crudely. The Fortress of Meropide is not affiliated with the court system of Fontaine on paper. It has always existed as an autonomous entity.
Is that not dangerous as heck?
Early in Fontaine's history, criminals were punished with exile, not imprisonment. Even today, sentences against convicted criminals still include exile, just as before.
Okay, that's a big typewriter, by
The
the way.
Fortress of Meropide may seem like a prison, but it should in fact be regarded as a gathering place for exiles.
This whole act so far is terrifying me. Every aspect of
All
it.
we do is dispatch guards to keep watch and help maintain security, but we have no right to get involved.
That's
with
kind
any
of
other
scary to me,
matters.
man. Like they're not. It's not related to the courts.
Although I do have a personal relationship with the administrator there, neither myself nor the courts have the right to be directly involved with the investigation, no matter how serious.
Right.
the
So it's not just that
grounds.
we're not involved in Fontaine as a diplomatic issue. We're not involved with the courts.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. That's why you need us to conduct our own investigation as a third party, right?
I think that makes sense.
Correct.
Yeah.
I will arrange false charges against you so that you may secretly investigate inside the fortress during your detention.
We're getting
This
sent to
will
prison?
save us a lot of unnecessary trouble.
No way.
So, are you two willing to accept my proposal?
Well, Child is a friend after all.
Yeah, no matter how you look at it, it seems we're the best choice. Alright, we hereby accept this difficult task. Reluctantly.
We're getting sent to
You
prison.
two have my sincere thanks. This matter is of critical importance to Fontaine's current situation. Also, I hope that both of you can keep this operation a secret.
Well, you know what? We'll see how it goes.
We will
We're getting sent to
rendezvous at
prison.
the
This is
Fortress of
incredible.
Meropide's entrance on Irenaeus once you've prepared yourselves. I will arrange for someone to take you inside.
Okay, we're getting sent to prison.
Prepared ourselves? Is there something we need to prepare?
This is insane.
Perhaps you could enjoy a good meal and have a nice bath.
I'm
I'm
guessing.
afraid that living conditions inside the fortress are nothing like those on the outside.
Yeah,
world.
no, I'd imagine that's what he's trying. Like, you know, it's like stealing yourself for like what's about to happen.
All right! Even though we'll be there on trumped up charges, we'll be in prison.
Yes, yes, that's why I'm going insane over your Paimon.
On second thought, is it too late to back out?
We've already agreed, Paimon. Just accept it.
Please do not worry. Since you are sacrificing both your time and quality of life for the sake of delivering this report,
Going to an exiled prison. I feel like that's like the way you said that is very diplomatic, and I love you, Nouvellette, for saying it like that because that's so you. This is tough.
you will be compensated according to the highest standards permitted to legal staff, regardless of the outcome.
So many words there. Is it big money?
Now that's more like it. Come on, traveler, let's go eat the best meal we can find.
Yeah.
We'll eat so much that we won't need to eat another meal for a whole month. Your treat.
Archery, no problem.
Are
No
you
problem.
leaving now? In that case, please take this cake as a token of my personal gratitude.
The one the knave gave to you? The knave gave to you? Arlecchino? So this is absolutely insane. This whole scene was incredible. What we had was like an introduction like no other for a harbinger. This was an introduction, like, because here's the thing, the first time we got introduced to a harbinger was Signora, and that was an attack. The second time we got introduced to a harbinger was Child, and that was him saving us from getting arrested. The third time we met a harbinger was Dotori, right? Or no, it wasn't Dotori. It was actually Vaughn. I'm just thinking because I met him in the manga. It was Vaughn. When Vaughn was introduced by, again, with the saving of Yaimiko and us, like, you know, basically crumbling to the ground. Now we have another different introduction where it's like a diplomatic meeting where it was so freaking tense and so freaking cool.
Oh, no need to thank me for it. Just be sure to enjoy it.
Thank you. Like, insane stuff, right? Such, like, incredible. Like, I'm in love with the way they did that. That is I'm like laughing and smiling at everything because I'm just like, I can't believe how well it was shot. Like they're doing that in Fontaine, like the split screens and the different like angles and stuff like this. That like, and they started doing that like in previous locations too. Like we noticed that like since the start of the game, we're like, oh my god, these shots look absolutely amazing, like and stuff like this. And sometimes the composition's actually amazing. In Fontaine, it's like a movie. Like it really is. They do amazing shots in Genshin, and this time it's definitely like, you know, meant to be different, the way they do the different shots. And how Farina was moving like a cartoon character in comparison to Nouvellette, who's standing so still. Like, that's so intentional, right? That's such an intentional thing. Where's the cafe we have to go to? I imagine we could just jump down from here. I know this cafe, it's very nice. It's actually very, very nice. Holy hell. This game means the world to me, man. Yeah. This game means the whole world to me.
Paimon will have that and that. Oh, and one of those too. No Fontaine, thank you.
You can have whatever you want. You sure? No, it's okay. Didn't you just finish eating the cake? Yeah, but I'm gonna have to pick one of these. It doesn't matter. You can eat whatever you want.
That cake was pretty good. But as soon as Paimon remembered that we're about to go to prison, Paimon's stomach suddenly became completely empty.
You eat whatever you want all the time.
Now that Paimon thinks about it, we've always been super careful ever since we arrived in Fontaine. Just to avoid breaking any strange laws here.
They do have very different laws, don't they?
But here we are, about to willingly send ourselves off to the fortress of
We're going to
Meropide.
prison.
Maybe this is what they call fate.
Paimon looking to the heavens.
Let's just try our best to investigate everything quickly once we get there. Paimon doesn't want to stay in prison too long.
I would imagine so. I cannot believe Paimon's coming to prison with us. Oh, Charlotte?
Oh, what?
Yes.
Here. Is it the taste of a breaking
Guys, can I just say, the reason why I'm laughing so much and I'm smiling and I'm like, it hurts from smiling so much is because legit, like, everyone in Fontaine acts differently. It's like they're like so bouncy, and like not all of them, of course, like, but like a few of the characters are like moving around differently. The way the angles are shot is so different. The way they're introducing characters is so different. Like it's so interesting to me, and I'm just like having the time of my life in this quest, right? Like, and this is like, and here's the thing, right? We said this a million times, like, you know, like every time we go to a new Archon quest, we're like so impressed with all the new stuff they added to it. Every time we go into a new region, we're like, oh my god, all the new stuff that they added to this. It really feels like we're watching a movie sometimes when we're playing through the Fontaine Archon quest, right? It really feels that way.
Hey, you can't hear a taste. And what are you doing here, Charlotte?
I missed that. She said, what do they hear? Is the taste of a breaking story? She's like, you can't hear a taste.
Oh, don't remind me.
Paimon got offended because it was about food.
Case to eat here, and I was planning to get some great material out of him, but he didn't even show up.
Oh.
Calm down, calm down. This is nothing new. As a journalist, you should be used to this by now. As long as you can score some juicy tidbits from the traveler, you might still be able to recover the cost of the meal.
You can have whatever you want.
You know we can still hear you, Charlotte. Never mind. It's nothing. I just heard you mention the fortress of Meropide. You didn't commit a crime, did you? Please tell me all about it.
I love Charlotte's like so far everyone's had like a lot of respect for Charlotte and like how much like Charlotte like is such a go-getter with stuff like this. And I love her character. It's just like she heard like one phrase and she was like, I gotta talk to them. I gotta.
No way! We would never! We're just going there to...
Achoo! Paimon, achoo!
Oh no, Paimon almost forgot that Nouvellette told us to keep it a secret.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Oh, no. We're going to serve our sentences, redeem ourselves for spoiling the ending of a detective. Poor Paimon.
Huh? You're being arrested for that?
Oh my god, Charlie, you have no idea. The laws here are crazy.
Oh. But now that I think about it, I suppose that's not completely unreasonable. That's pretty despicable.
What?
Almost as offensive as committing theft.
No, Paimon didn't mean to.
You mean Paimon really did something that serious?
You didn't even think anything of it at the time. Don't worry about it.
Sorry.
No, 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 Paimon, do not worry about it. At all. Spoiled 20 stories for you, I don't care.
In that case, it's nothing particularly newsworthy after all. Oh, how disappointing.
Oh my god.
Oh, right. There's still a chance. Since you're going to be at the fortress of Meropide, would you be willing to help me gather some material for a story?
Because you're designed so well and your hair is so nice, of course. Of course.
About that, Paimon doesn't think
Look at the
we'll
facial
have
expressions of
any
Paimon here.
time. Oh, it's nothing difficult. All you have to do is think of a way to get some time face to face with the warden of the fortress.
All we have to do. That's all.
He was awarded the honorary title of Duke in Fontaine. Sounds really cool, huh? Only those who have made significant contributions to the nation have been conferred this title. It's incredibly rare.
I love it. Again, also, like, I love the way, and Genshin does this all the time, you know, and it's just such a, like, instead of us finding out information from, like, you know, exposition where someone, like, sometimes they will tell us a full story, but that's just usually when, like, it's needed. But, like, a lot of times in Genshin, we get a lot of information from people who are, like, living here in, like, different regions, who have experienced stuff, and, like, and you get in such a natural way like this as well, where, like, a character who, like, does, like, all these investigations, like, would know all this stuff as well and would exchange this information with us as well.
On top of
It
that,
adds to her character a
the
lot.
Fortress of Meropide has never been under the jurisdiction of the courts. Practically nobody, including journalists like me, knows anything about the person in charge there.
That's crazy, especially since you're so thorough with all this stuff.
Oh, if I could write an exclusive article about him, I bet it would sell a boatload of papers.
You make it sound easy, but it really depends.
Violet's, like, so desperately tried to, like, reason with Charlotte here.
Of course, I wouldn't ask you to do it for free. So this meal is on me.
I don't mind paying for Paimon.
All right, you got a deal. Anything you want.
Because Paimon's about to order more stuff, as she should.
Then it's settled. The food should be here any second.
Oh,
right?
look at Paimon.
Huh? Wait, just how much did you order?
Can I just say as well, Charlotte's design is, like, one of those, like, designs that's, like, so clean. You know what I mean? It's, like, so, like, good. Like, it's, like, I know it's just the colors, and then pink and red, like, to me, like, I guess does go together as much. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm not just a color coding person. But yeah. After please stuff yourselves, you're prepared for the fortress of Meropide.
Paimon's so full. Well, guess we have nothing to regret now, so let's get going.
Food was the only regret.
Wait, Paimon just said something really ominous, didn't she?
Yep. Nothing to regret now.
It just keeps getting.
I had no idea you could eat so much.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That didn't go according to plan. Please, please, don't forget about the material for my news article.
We'll try that. We'll try that too. Yeah, no, it's very clear that we find Nuvlet at the entrance to the Fortress of Meropide. We're just gonna have to literally go there. We literally have to go to, like, a prison. There's no other way of looking at this. I'm absolutely terrified, but we're gonna have to go there. Like, it's so hard to think about, right? It's so hard to think about. We are healed, right? We are full. I do, because again, I never know if there's gonna be a battle starting off, and I know I'm. Oh no, we are. Yeah, we are already healed. Yeah, we're already healed. Yeah, that's fine. So legit, we're just gonna have to go to the Fortress of Meropide. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's a prison. Like, no matter what way you look at it, it's a prison. It's hard to think of it this way, but it is indeed a prison. Do something here. Yeah. Oh, well, one thing we can do before anything is we can actually wish on this banner to see if we can get our Hutao. Maybe not. Maybe just more blues. That's a, okay, at least a 4, okay, at least a 4-star. Okay. Like, I'll take a freaking C6. Are you kidding me? So that's like, basically all we have for, today. I think, again, if you wanted, I think on the history thing, we actually could do this. Again, I know it's like, we have like 6 days left, but I think if I like log in like every day still, I definitely could do this, get some gems. If we don't get Hu Tao, it's not going to be like, I'm not going to say it's the end of the world because I never like to say it's the end of the world. I feel like that's always a very silly thing to do because it's, you know, if we do that, I feel like I'm going to be like, we didn't get, well, because we only did a cutscene. What am I talking about? Yeah, I don't want it to seem like the end of the world, if that makes sense. I have drift in the camera portion of my controller. Look at this. It's very upsetting. Yeah, to talk about all that we've seen today before we go to the fortress, because the next part of this, we're going to be going into the prison. This was a shocking way of like introducing characters. Not shocking because it's like, you know, how do I say it? It's not shocking because it's like, well, it is scary, but it's more shocking just because like I continue to be surprised by how they introduced the Harbingers in this game. I think it's actually really good because like I think, you know, if you're seeing these as kind of like, because I don't think you can see them as full villains all the time, the Fatuui members, right? Especially with the Knave, since what they did for Linny and Lynette, I think I'll be indebted to them for the rest of my life. But I think they always introduced the Harbingers that have been built up so well throughout the game in continual like interesting ways that you don't even think is going to happen. Like you're like, oh, how are they going to introduce this character? How are they going to introduce this character? I actually think they do a really, really good job of this. I think also as well at the same time we have I guess like with our part in this, we're always kind of like that in between, that go between with those characters because we're friends with Child. We also made friends with Vaughn afterwards as well. We have now I think like a good relationship with like Neuvillette, and it's not like perfect, but it's like I think on the preliminary we there's kind of a trust between us. I think at least at the very least there's like a understanding. I think because he kind of like, we understand that he has like a job to do, while he also understands that we are able to get jobs done, and we actually have a very virtuous nature to us, and we're friends with Child, so he understands that too. We have like Farina as well, we're going to learn more about Farina as this quest goes on too, and I can't wait to see that also. It seems like the Knave is making Farina very nervous. As an Archon as well, it's also very strange, but I think we also, like I said, we forget that Farina is an Archon, mostly just because Farina is, you know, presented very differently than other Archons. Even with like Nahida being presented as like, you know, a very like, you know, how do I say, very timid Archon, there was still like a reverence by a lot of people to Nahida. And not only that, but there was still a story of like this hidden Archon. But in this is an Archon out in the open performing all the time. You get to know them a lot better. They're a little bit, you know, like silly. Even though Venti was silly too, I still think that there's a presentation. And I think that's good to be said, right? There's the way they present their gods in this game and the way they present they're quote-unquote villains. I'm saying quote-unquote because I know like they're not exactly all villains, right? You can't put Signora and Dottori up against the Knave so far, right? Or Child. It's not the same amount of things that, you know, it's not the same. But I think the way that they present their gods and the way they present the Harbingers has been so interesting. It's been so different from other games. Zhongli being introduced as someone who just like walking around Liyue. Venti being introduced as like the town, like, you know, basically the town bard who was just like a funny person who liked to drink. Nahida is like someone who's like a very timid god. Now Farina is like an outgoing like celebrity. They do a really good job of like making it very different. And I like that a lot. Okay, so I decided like before we end the video, I did a lot of talking about what I thought about this video so far, but I thought we'd go up here and actually, you know, I guess like, you know, get right before we have to go to the actual fortress at the very least. I think that would be interesting. Let's see exactly how this is going to go. I'm like, I think this is such an interesting concept for Genshin in general to, oh, we're going behind? Okay. For them to do this, like, you know, because to send us to prison, you know, to send us into prison is such an interesting idea. Holy hell, look at this. This is immaculate. This is stunning. Like, it's actually insane how beautiful this is. Like, holy freaking hell. Oh my, I kind of want to jump down. But no, we're here. We'll jump down at some point. That's a bucket list thing. That's a bucket list thing to jump down here.
Alright, Neuvillette, we're ready. Is this where the entrance is?
Wait, this is gonna be the entrance? I thought that...
You have come, just as promised. Yes, this is the one and only entrance to the fortress of Meropide from Irenaeus.
The way... Oh my god. It's gonna be some sick entrance, isn't it?
Careful. You may want to step back a bit.
Ooh, so you have to go down from here? Is the prison underwater?
No way. Maybe like it connects from
Utilizing
underwater?
both the barrier of the water as well as the fear humans have of the depths, the fortress of Meropide is naturally the perfect place to
Oh my
confine and guard
god, it's using
criminals.
people's fears, people's natural fears.
But do not worry. It is not nearly as frightening inside as you may think. You will see for yourselves once you are down there.
Yeah, but it's the idea of like keeping people away from the idea of it, right? The idea of the what's in the waters, what's in the depths. It scares people. That's so interesting.
Paimon hopes you're right. Don't know about you, but just thinking about being at the bottom of the sea like that gives Paimon the heebie-jeebies.
Oh, Paimon, I think that's the whole point, though. I think it is the
And
point.
there's one more thing. I mentioned that I have had personal dealings with the administrator of the fortress, Wriothesley. He's a
Wriothesley.
very shrewd fellow.
Okay. Shrewd is an interesting way to describe anybody.
Yeah, we heard about him too. He's that Duke, right?
Correct. He is the highest-ranking manager of the underwater prison. Even though you are going there to investigate at my behest, it would behoove you to avoid any confrontation with him or any of his subordinates.
Oh my god, when someone says behoove, you know they mean it. They're saying like please.
The Duke rarely ever leaves the fortress of Meropide, but that does not mean he is not privy to all that is happening inside and outside the fortress. He is quiet, but not unaware, so please bear that in mind.
Yeah, the Duke Wriothesley, I'll keep that in mind. No, if Nervlet is like, again, I really feel like he is good at like the details, like the little details, and I'm willing to trust him in that for sure.
All right. It's about all the time that we have to talk privately. I'm counting on you two.
I'm so nervous. I'm so
Don't worry,
nervous.
We won't let you down.
Good. Madeline.
Madeline, what a beautiful name.
I'm here, Monsieur Nervelet. These two are the newest convicts, I presume? Don't worry, they won't escape on
So
my
she's not
watch.
in on it. She's definitely not in on it.
Like we would try.
Please follow me, you two. I'll process your paperwork for entering the fortress of Meropide.
So we actually have to do paperwork? Oh, suspend current quest. Or continue the current quest may cause parts of the following quests you occupied. Unfinished comedy world quest to stars of the shining depths. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. So you can choose to suspend a quest. That's so interesting to me. Okay, so this is what people were talking about. Right. So this is where we'll end the video, guys. But we're going to be going into the prison next. And the next episode you're going to see we're heading into the prison. And I'm so excited to see exactly where this takes us. Oh, my heart is like pounding just because of what this means for us, you know. And I talked a lot about like this idea of like what this is, but I also love the idea of like I'm going to put in obviously the part before this is what I thought about this whole part. But here, this is an incredible place, and it is imposing. They're using the idea of fear and the idea of what this place is to keep people at bay at the basic level. That's so interesting to me, guys. Thank you so much to the Never Can Repay the Baby Gangsters here on Patreon. Thank you so much to Tyfire 2, JB Bull, Janet the Banana, the Ghost of Idazuma, Malicious Felix, Yuled, Radish, Anusa, Malcolm Day, Death Trap, Lynx Markey, the Assassin, and new patron that just joined. And thank you so much, Alpaca Juice. Thank you so much. Let's do the thing.